Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives.
Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson, and this is our Daily Gratitude Call. Excited to be able to be with you today, and we're going to be focusing in just a moment on our 90-second silent meditation on gratitude for a trusted network of support. I'm going to write that up here. Trusted network of support. Before we started the recording, we just done some rounds of gratitude to kind of get ourselves warmed up, and those of us who are on the live call, and a lot of things were mentioned. Grandkids, family, friends that you can stay with when you go out of town. I mean, there's just like an endless supply, I think, of people that we can depend on. And, I was thinking family and friends, but I just felt like it went deeper than that there are trusted, there's some family and friends that we wouldn't want to stay with if we went out of town, but there are people who are maybe even, that we trust even beyond certain family members. So I like that idea of Felicia on our call today said a trusted network of support, and I thought, wow, that really describes what I was trying to put into words, that I was having a hard time putting into words. So that's what we're going to focus on today for 90 seconds. We're just going to have a private silent meditation. I'll set a timer, and then after the timer's up, we'll share what we get. So 90 seconds, gratitude for a trusted network of support. Begin. All right. Well, the last thing that I wrote says we are all family. So, whether it's family, friends, whatever, that's why we can have these friends that are so trusted and loved, and we can have such deep connections with, even if they're not blood family, because we are all family. We all are part of the same divine family. And I just want to share, this is kind of a sacred thing that I'm going to share with you. I had a dream last night that I was teaching the principle, you are enough. And those of you who have been on the call know that the last couple of calls, my limiting beliefs have been surrounded around you are not enough, that I am not enough. But in my dream, I was teaching this, and all the people that were in the class, there were only about 10 people in the class, and I knew everybody. They're all people that I've worked very closely with. They're all part of my trusted network of support. Every single one of them is somebody that I've worked closely with, that I trust 100%, and that they're lifeline friends of mine. And I just couldn't help having the feeling while I was in this meditation this morning that this was what we were taught before we came to earth, that if there was one thing that God wanted us to remember, that our Father wanted us to remember, and that our friends there in the pre-earth life wanted us to remember, is that we are enough. And the way I know that, the reason I know that, is because that is the one deepest belief, limiting belief, that the dark forces that are here would want us to believe. And if that can get anchored into our heart and our minds and our souls, that we're not enough, then we are the farthest from our heavenly home that we can be. So I know before we came to this earth, that we were taught that. I mean, if there's, it's like I can just feel, if there's one thing that you will remember, you're not going to remember anything, but if there's one thing that you can break through that veil and just remember that you are enough, you're worthy, you are loved, and you belong to this divine, earthly, or heavenly family. Who else would like to share?
I was thinking of the creation, just, how we have a little part in that. Last night I was just getting in the regular pool, and there was this little girl, and she was just trying so hard to float on her back, and I said, "Oh, you're almost there," and I told her just a couple of tips, and she did it just perfectly, and that feeling of trust just came through, that she was ready to learn. And so I gave her a few more tips and told her how to roll over from her front to the back, and how it created this feeling of trust, not only towards me, but toward the water and toward herself a little bit. And when you do trust, and when you can trust, and you find people that are ready to learn and ready to experience life in a whole new level. And it was just really fun to watch her parents' surprised looks on their faces when I just told her 2 little things that she needed to do, and she floated perfectly. It was remarkable, because I think we do create the trust when we are trustworthy and when we do have something to offer, and they can feel it.
Wow, what a wonderful example of a total stranger, somebody, and the parents were there. They could have possibly taught her that, but obviously you were the person to be in the right place at the right time to be able to teach her. And what a wonderful example of how we can immediately trust when we're in the frame of mind to be able to be in a learning frame of mind, like you said. Thank you. Who else?
I was just thinking that that marriage can definitely be a trusted network of support as we learn to communicate effectively and compassionately. And I think that that's missing in so many marriages, because Satan really does attack marriages and attack the family, because he knows that is the fundamental building block for God. And we can also invite and build that trusted network through really putting ourselves in high vibration to invite those other high vibration people into our lives.
Beautiful. Thank you. Who else just joined us?
Mary.
Hey, Mary. We were focusing today on gratitude for a trusted network of support.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share?
All right. I was thinking about a family support and friend support, who we turn to for support, or people we trust. And when you're feeling down, or when you need to share your desires or wants, you have someone there that you feel you can go to support you. And a lot of times we turn to the Lord, and many times He sends someone to talk to us. They just happened to stop by, or I knew I should have talked to you or called you. Mm-hmm. And so we receive support. We are built up by those of the family or friends that we trust. And they help us. And if we have ideas, or I should say a lack of ideas, they can give us support and guidance and help with our ideas or dreams or desires. And they can also point out things that roadblocks that are in our way, or maybe limiting beliefs that keep us from achieving those things. And so it's very important for each of us to have the Lord, but also have family and friends, those that can believe with us, act and support, and help us in our limits.
Beautiful. Thank you. First of all, I love the idea of, when we have an idea that there's somebody who can maybe, I second that idea. Like, yeah, do that. You should do that. Can be kind of our cheerleader that helps us move forward to the next step of actually doing something when we have an idea. So I think that's really powerful. And I love that you also brought in that there's a trusted support network that we can rely on to help identify the negatives too, the limiting beliefs, the thoughts that we're having that would, maybe make it so we can't be successful, or it's someone who could possibly be a mirror for us to, if we're getting triggered by something they're doing, we can look inside and say, oh, I actually have that inside of me, and I need to fix that, and, maybe help us uncover some blind spots. So a trusted network of support could also not be saying, yes, you should do that, you're awesome. They might be saying, you can't do that, and, you should just give up or whatever. And, that kind of feedback can also be very supportive to us if we're open and willing to learn and understand that they're being a mirror for us, and if there's something that's triggering inside of us, then there's something inside of us that we can change. That's a whole lesson in itself, so I'm not going to jump into that and give more information about that. I actually have a video that's called Sometimes It's Okay to Should on Yourself. You know how people say, oh, you shouldn't should on yourself. You shouldn't say you should or I should, but sometimes it's actually really helpful to should on yourself. So I'm going to post that video with the blog. But yeah, a trusted network of support can include listening for our limiting beliefs. So this is an opportunity for us to do that right now as we shift over into the permission process. So everybody just go ahead and take a deep breath. And we're stepping into this trusted support network of support that we have. We can always turn to our highest source of information for good positive feedback, and we can also turn to our trusted source of information for limiting beliefs, for knowledge, for understanding, for finding our blind spots, all those things. And just as Colleen was saying with that little girl, that when someone is willing to learn, then you can be open to feedback, and that's what we're going to be asking for right now. So go ahead and take one more deep breath. And first of all, if there is an area in your life where you have been wanting some confirmation that maybe, am I on the right path? Is this the right choice? Is this the right thing that I should be doing? Am I enough? Am I doing enough? Well, let's just go to that place right now. First of all, just finding a spot in your life where you felt like, maybe you've questioned yourself. You're just stepping out on faith, but not really knowing if you're in the right place or if you're even on the right path. So go to that place right now. And just ask that question. Am I enough? Am I doing enough? Am I in the right place? Am I on the right path? Please give me confirmation that what I'm doing is right. And just listen. Is there a little side path that you need to take? Is there just a little change, even just 1 or 2 degrees to the left or to the right? If you can walk just a little bit straighter, you can get there a little faster. And just listen for any inspired shortcuts that you might be receiving right now. And just expressing silently gratitude for having that inspired shortcut being revealed to you, and also expressing gratitude for any confirmation that you've received about what the work that you've done so far and the path that you're on. And then also being open to know, is there something I can change? Is there something I can change about me? Is there something I can do differently? And then what are the limiting beliefs? What is the limiting belief, the number one limiting belief that is showing up for you right now about making those changes and getting on to that inspired shortcut? What is the one most important, or what is the one limiting belief that is showing up for you today that would hold you back from completing and arriving at your desired destination in the fastest way possible? What's your limiting belief? And as you look at that limiting belief, I invite you to examine the cost of it. What is the consequence? What does this limiting belief lead to? And as you're looking at that cost, I invite you to make the choice right now. Do you want to keep that limiting belief because you know now what it's going to produce? Or do you want to give yourself permission to choose into a new belief? And if you're willing to give yourself permission to change and choose into a new belief, just say yes.
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 Awesome. And now that you've expressed that you are in a space of learning, of being open, of ready to change, you're ready for instruction. So what are those new beliefs? What is the instruction that you're getting today of the new beliefs that you can choose into that will take the place of that old limiting belief and allow you to make that change? What are your new beliefs? right, and as we have received next steps, we've received an inspired shortcut. We've also know what our limiting beliefs and the cost, and we've chosen to give ourselves permission to choose into these new beliefs. I invite you right now to look over those new beliefs and find at least one piece of evidence, no matter how small, find one piece of evidence that supports these new beliefs so that you can actually change that word belief to the word truth, that these are the new truths that you know, and you know they're true because you've got some evidence to support them. So just take a moment and find some evidence to support these new beliefs. And since you have evidence now, and you see that this is true, I invite you to just energetically bring those words into your body, so that as you're breathing in, you're just breathing in these new words, you're seeing the truth of them, and now feel the truth of them. Actually bring them into your body so that this becomes a part of you, that this is who you are from this moment forward. This new belief describes you. If someone were to ask you, say, tell me a little bit about yourself, you could actually say this new belief and it would feel true as you're speaking them. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody being on the call today. We are out of time, so we won't have time to share, but I do encourage you all to go onto the Breakthrough with Gratitude Facebook group, share your new beliefs, share your experience that you had today. My experience today was really powerful, and so I'll definitely be sharing that on the Facebook group. I always love having everybody here on the live call, and I certainly appreciate those who are listening to the podcast. I know that we are spreading gratitude around the world because of the places that I get messages from, those people who are scheduling 15-minute calls with me. And you do that by going to AskWilene.com. I love meeting new people this way, where I get on the call for them for the first time and they tell me they've been listening to the calls to the podcast, and it just it warms my heart to know that what we're creating here is just this little thing, this little 30-minute thing that we're doing is spreading gratitude around the world, and it's making change. And just certainly appreciate all of you being on the call today to be able to help us create a wonderful mastermind about this trusted support, trusted network of support. Again, if you would like to have a call with me to clarify something that maybe has come up on the call, just go to AskWilene.com. That goes directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute appointment. It's completely free, and just love to have that time with you. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll look forward to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, right here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Wileen. Love you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening, and I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.